This past week, a curious rumor began circulating in South African media and on social platforms claiming that Jacob Zuma, the former president, might remain out of the country for the next 3 months without any public updates. According to an Opera News post citing a Twitter user, he is currently in Moscow spending time with his partners and grandkids, and the precise details and purpose of this extended stay remain unclear. Opera News. The claim has sparked speculation among the public. Some wonder if this is a personal family break, while others suspect it may be a calculated move to delay legal proceedings or soften political pressure. And until official clarification arrives, much of the conversation remains conjecture. Opera News. So today, we'll take a clear, fair, and comprehensive look at what we know and what we don't, exploring the significance of such an extended absence by a politically prominent figure like Jacob Zuma. To understand the full weight of the story, let's first revisit the broader backdrop of Jacob Zuma's post-presidential trajectory. He led South Africa from 2009 to 2018 and stepped down amidst mounting corruption allegations linked to the 1999 arms deal and other scandals. End. Wikipedia.org. TheGuardian.com. During his presidency, Zuma positioned himself as a man of the people, a champion of the working class, but his years in office were marred by accusations of state capture, cronyism, and widespread misuse of public funds. Many South Africans remember this era as one in which institutions were weakened and public trust eroded, while others still defend him as a leader unfairly targeted by political rivals. This divide explains why, even years after leaving office, Zuma continues to command a loyal following, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal. Since his resignation, Zuma's name has rarely left the headlines. His post-presidency has been punctuated by legal battles, including a contempt of court conviction in 2021 that led to imprisonment, sparking violent riots, most notably in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng, that left more than 350 people dead. Wikipedia.org. The scale of that unrest demonstrated just how powerful Zuma's influence still is, showing that even without formal office, his supporters could mobilize in massive and sometimes destructive ways. For South Africans, those events are still fresh in memory, making any sudden news of Zuma's movements or absences politically sensitive. In more recent months, Zuma publicly distanced himself from the ruling ANC and founded a new political vehicle, the Umkhonto we Sizwe (MK) party, prompting his suspension and eventual expulsion from the ANC. End. Wikipedia.org, AlJazeera.com. This was a dramatic step, as it symbolized not just his personal split from the ANC, but also his attempt to position himself as the leader of a breakaway movement with revolutionary credentials. Yet, despite this bold move, Zuma faced another blow when South Africa's constitutional court ruled that recovering from his 15-month sentence disqualified him from running for office, which he later challenged, but ultimately remains barred. Reuters.com, AlJazeera.com, and Wikipedia.org. In this sense, his absence at such a politically critical time could have ripple effects not only for his party, but also for the broader opposition landscape. So, when an unverified report suggests that Jacob Zuma may not return to South Africa for another 3 months, it touches on multiple dimensions: his legal status, political ambitions, and even the stability of a nation. On the one hand, extended absence could be interpreted as him seeking sanctuary from mounting political pressure or hoping to delay court obligations. On the other hand, he may simply be taking personal time with family, a reason that matters as much as any public narrative he inspires. Without official statements, both interpretations remain plausible but speculative.
What are experts saying?
At present, there is no confirmation from law enforcement, the MK party, legal advisors, or reputable news outlets. There haven't been flights tracked or official travelogues released. Public interest, however, is high. People are scanning social media, monitoring flight tracking sites, and watching for any movement or statement. This creates a vacuum that rumors can easily fill. Opera News. And rumors, especially in politically charged environments, can quickly escalate into misinformation or even unrest, especially considering Zuma's history with inciting strong public reactions. Let's consider some possible outcomes in the weeks ahead. If official sources, whether Zuma's camp or credible news agencies, confirm he's abroad for personal reasons, that may quell speculation and redirect focus to his legal predicaments. If no statement emerges, the speculation may strengthen, potentially raising tensions, notably in regions where Zuma's support remains strong. In a worst-case scenario, further non-disclosure could fuel expectations of legal avoidance, prompting criticism from opponents and concern among judicial authorities. Conversely, a sudden return could revive media attention and possibly court developments, creating new dynamics in South Africa's political theater. And this raises another interesting point. How does Zuma's absence affect ordinary South Africans? For many struggling with unemployment, high living costs, and service delivery failures, the question of whether Zuma is in Moscow or KwaZulu-Natal might feel distant. Yet politics in South Africa often blurs the line between personal loyalty and national issues. For his supporters, Zuma symbolizes a resistance to elites they believe have betrayed the promises of liberation. For his critics, his ongoing influence serves as a painful reminder of years when corruption overshadowed progress. So even when Zuma is silent, the debate around his legacy and his future role shapes the national conversation. All of this matters deeply because Jacob Zuma remains a polarizing figure. His supporters view him as a champion of liberation values and an adversary of establishment elites. His opponents regard him as a symbol of systemic corruption and a destabilizing force. His movements, statements, or absence can influence public sentiment, election discourse, and even social stability. And as the country grapples with economic inequality, governance challenges, and the shifting political landscape, clarity, rooted in verified information, is vital. We're at a moment where speculation has jumped ahead of confirmation. And yet, the implications are real. People ask, will Zuma return? Will this affect his legal battles? Is he plotting political reinvention from afar? Until more reliable reporting emerges or an official statement is issued, all we can do is track developments carefully, weigh the available evidence, and resist drawing definitive conclusions based on rumors alone. Ultimately, watching this story unfold reminds us of the importance of transparency, trusted information, and context, especially in politically sensitive situations. Thanks for listening. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to stay in the loop on how this and similar stories evolve, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss future updates. And I would love to know what you think. Is this likely a family vacation, a legal delay tactic, or something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one. Until next time, stay curious, and let's keep searching for the truth together.